Next is everyone's favorite thing, slope. Remember when we did slope? Slope, all it is the change in the y-axis over the change in the x-axis. The first thing you need before you start talking about slope is you need to know the four types. This first one, which is represented by this little penguin over here, if I expand it, that is a positive slope. So if you want to write that down, it's positive. And the reason why it's positive is because as y increases, so you can see as y is going up, x is also increasing. So that means the change in y is up 1 or up, and the change in x is right. So it goes up and to the right. If you want it to go the opposite way, you think of it as down and to the left, down and to the left. So that's positive. Next we have negative slope, which is this one here, and it's just the opposite of positive. As y increases, x is decreasing. So negative slope goes down and to the right, or up and to the left. Then there were two special cases. Okay, this first one, where the penguin is skiing, and he's not going to go anywhere because he's on a flat surface. This is zero slope. So that means x is increasing and decreasing, but y is staying the same. There is no change in vertical distance. So it's just a horizontal change, no vertical change. That's called zero slope. And then there is no slope, or an undefined slope, which means the y-axis is infinitely changing while the horizontal change is zero. So with that, you should be able to first take 2 points and find slope from the 2 points. Well, you need the slope formula for that. And the slope formula, if you remember, is m equals y2, that's not y squared, minus y1, and that's over x2 minus x1. And then you substitute in your values. So my y2 in my point is 4, my y1 is 1, and my x2, or my second x, is negative 3, and my first x is 2. And when I simplify this, I get 3 over, and when I simplify negative 3 minus 2, I get negative 5. So my slope is equal to negative 3 over 5. Now if you can read that, I'm sorry about the typing, my smartboard is currently incapacitated. So the slope for A is negative 3 over 5. Can't really circle either. Also, you should be able to take a table of values, such as the one that I gave you. So that's the answer for A. Which is pretty horrible, isn't it? Let's move this. I am a mess. Alright. So you should be able to take a table of values like you see here in B, and take 2 of those points and find the slope from that. I'm going to skip over going over that, and I'm going to show you number 3, which is finding slope from an equation. To find slope from an equation, you have to have it solved for y. So remember, you need to get y by itself, and then you'll find the slope, which is going to be the coefficient of x. So what I should do is subtract 3x from both sides, and I end up with negative 4y equals negative 3x plus 5. Then if I divide both sides by negative 4, this is what I'm left with. Y equals negative 3 divided by negative 4, which is going to be 3 over 4, x plus, in this case, 5 divided by negative 4, which is actually minus 5 over 4. But this 5 over 4 is irrelevant because I just want the slope, which is 3 over 4. That means if I wanted to graph this line, the y-intercept would be negative 5 over 4, which we wouldn't really graph, but the slope we can easily graph. 3 over 4 means up 3, right 4, or down 3, left 4. So that is slope in a nutshell.